Good evening, viewers. I take this wonderful opportunity to welcome each and every one of you to our teleconference program from the School of Social Sciences. My name is Zuchamo Yanthan, Faculty of Library and Information Science. Well, today we are here to discuss on communication skills, that is BLI 225. It is Bachelor's degree in Library and Information Science, and as I've said, the course name is titled as Communication Skill 225. Well, this is a very important course because keeping in view of Library and Information Science, which is a service-oriented profession or a discipline, it becomes very important that we need to have this particular course, communication skills, as part of our bachelor's degree in Library and Information Science. So that is also the reason why communication skills, is included as part of our course. And even though this is for the bachelor's degree of Library and Information Science students, since it is in a way multidisciplinary topic, communication skills, it can be benefited to all. And well, communication skill is definitely a very important part or a very important aspect of our life, be it in social, be it in our profession or in any kind of situation. We need communication skills, effective communication skills to express our views and opinions and to educate and to also impart knowledge. So today the topic for discussion is communication style. And again, when we talk about communication style, like in many situations in our life or many misunderstandings or conflicts in society happens because of our style of communication. Like sometimes our intention may be right. We may have a very positive or good intention, but if we do not use the right style of communication, it may be taken wrongly by the other person. So that's the reason why it becomes so important for us to have, to understand communication style and to practice the right kind of style so that the way we communicate, it may be effectively communicated and we will not be misunderstood by the listener. As I have said, many misunderstandings, many conflicts in society happens because of miscommunication. And now, talking about Library and Information Science, especially for the students of BLI 225, for the BLI students, it becomes very important, for our students who are aspiring to be a future librarian, to serve in the library and information centers. It's so important for them to imbibe good communication skills and, of course, most importantly, to use the right kind of style so that while they are dealing with the users in the library, they will be able to effectively communicate to the users in a very friendly way, in such a way that the users may not be offended. The users may feel much welcome, to be in the library, to utilize the library. So it becomes so important for our students, who are aspiring to be a future librarian to have this understanding of communication style. So the topic today is titled as communication style. And so why are communication styles important? Of course, I have already, briefly I have explained. Well, your communication styles can affect how others perceive you, respond to you, and trust you. It can also influence your mood, motivation, and performance. And it is also important because it, important to understand, because when individuals exhibit different communication styles, it's easy for conflict and misunderstandings. And understanding different communication styles can also help us to effectively interact with others. And therefore, it is important to be aware of your communication styles and how it impacts others. And as I have said, there are 4 types of communication styles. One is passive, the second one is aggressive, and the third style is passive-aggressive, and the fourth style is assertive. It is said that, not it is said, of all the 4 styles of communication, the first 3, that is passive-aggressive, they are very negative, in a way, very negative when we are talking about, when we are, dealing in society. These 3 styles are known to be a negative style. However, the fourth one, which is assertive style of communication, that is supposed to be, which we, are supposed to inculcate an assertive communication style. And of course, there are so many factors that influence us, influence us in the usage of there are so many factors that influence us in our style of communication. One could be our upbringing, and one could be society, and another can be circumstances, which make us to be passive, which make us to be aggressive, and which make us to be passive-aggressive. I mean to say, I am talking about the 3, which I mentioned that the 3 styles of communications are not considered to be positive. They are not considered to be positive. They are considered to be negative. So all these styles, we are influenced because of the factors that I have used, maybe family upbringings, society, and also circumstances that we face in our life. And of course, that also goes well with assertive communication style. You can adopt or you learn to be assertive because of your good upbringing in society, because of a good, good environment in society. So these are the factors that influence in our adoption of styles of communication. So we will go one by one. We'll first discuss about passive style of communication. What is passive style of communication, and how it can create an impact, or what are the manifestation or characteristics of a passive style of communication. So we'll go step by step, and we will also try to contextualize to the library service how, if we adopt this particular style of communication, how it can create positive or negative impact. So first of all, we'll discuss about passive style of communication. So passive style of communication, it is like people with a passive communication styles often ignore their own needs, sometimes allowing others to walk over them rather than standing up for themselves. In fact, people who are, passive people, they are timid people. They are unable to stand. They are unable to express their needs. They are unable to express their needs and also express whatever thoughts that they have. They feel threatened, they don't have the confidence of expressing their views and opinions, and because of which they tend to be suppressed, or they tend to be taken advantage by others. And passive style, in which you avoid directly saying what you think or want, and that often involves uncomfortable body language, and many people with social anxiety end up using passive communication. And of course, when we talk about communication, almost 93% of our communication are done with non-verbal, right? That also includes body language, and only 7% is it is said. Only 7% is communicated through verbal. I mean, in a say, people can easily make out. So since when we are talking about communication skills, many people think that many people neglect the non-verbal communication, but the fact is that non-verbal communications skills are most important, that conveys the right kind of message, because you can in a way lie through your verbal, but the body language cannot lie. People can find it out. So it is so important for us to know that. Likewise, passive people who are having a passive style of communication, they also showcase negative body language. They are unable to, in a way, stand straight confidently. They are unable to have a eye contact with people, because they are not confident, and which can also be seen. And let's go forward. So passive behavior may manifest the following behavior. One is like avoiding confrontation or conflict. When we talk about avoiding confrontation and conflict, they don't, even when somebody are taking advantage of them, they don't speak it out. They don't speak it out. They don't confront to the person who is taking advantage of them. They don't express their need. They don't express out their rights. So people tend to take advantage of them. Second is like failing to set boundaries, And the third one is not speaking up for yourself. And now the fourth one is not asserting yourself. Not asserting yourself in a sense like you are not speaking what your needs are. You are not speaking out for your right? And because of which people take advantage of you. And putting the needs of others first, and having difficulty making decisions, right? And feeling powerless or helpless in some situations. Having difficulty in making making decision is also because they are not confident. They are not having confidence, enough confidence. They are having a self-doubt, and because of which they are unable to take any decision. Yeah. So now the impact of passive communication is that these individuals often feel anxious because life seems out of their control. Second is often feel depressed because they feel stuck and hopeless. And the other one is they feel often resentful, because their needs are not being met, right? And often feel confused because they ignore their own feelings, and they are unable to mature because real issues are never addressed. So these are some of the negative impact if you are a passive communicator. These are the things that have a negative impact in one's personal life. So now another thing is why passive style of communication is bad, or why passive communication style is negative. People with passive communication styles often ignore their needs, as I've already stated, sometimes allowing others to walk over them rather than stand up for themselves. And passive communicators typically avoid expressing their true feelings, to avoid engaging in confrontational conversations. And this method is useful when trying to avoid hurting someone's feelings or to de-escalate a situation. But you should be careful not to slip into a cycle of a passive communication. Well, this particular discussion that I am talking about, the styles of communication, well, in our day-to-day life, due to different situations that we face, we also use different style of communication. But here the discussion is focused on the dominant style of communication that individual manifest. And so now, contextualizing, context to the library information, library services. Since the listeners, it is meant for library and information science students, I'm trying to contextualize to the library service. For example, you are a library professional working in a library, and you are a passive communicator. So when users come to the library, the users means it could be students, it could be professors, faculty members, it could be staff working in different divisions in the university, or it could be also even retired faculty members, or it could be anybody, any public, So when these visitors come to the library and you are showcasing passive communication styles, definitely you will not be able to give a positive impression to the users, because you will not be confident, in expressing expressing, whatever you are, speaking it out. Since you are unable to express it out confidently, you may be misunderstood. And because you are not confident, because of which it may so happen that out of maybe timidity or out of shyness, you may be leading the users to the wrong sections or to the wrong information, and because of which chances of getting a very negative image of the library, So that's the reason why it is in context to the library. When we are working in the library, or library and information centers, it is again very important that the students, or the professionals who are dealing with the people, the users in the library, should be able to showcase a positive communication styles, and
definitely not passive style of communication. So hence it is important that we have already understood the different characteristics of passive style of communication, how it is bad, how it can create a negative impact not only to yourself but also to the people around you, especially the library users, since we are talking about contextualizing to the library centers. So it is important that we do not use a passive style of communication. We'll go to the next style of communication, that is aggressive style of communication. And just the word itself, aggressive itself, I think it is already quite negative, right? Well, aggressive communication involves communicating in a way that disregards the needs and feelings of others, and instead prioritize their agenda. Thus, aggressive communicators are verbally or physically abusive, and they issue commands and ask questions rudely while failing to listen to others. See, like just I say the word aggressive communicator, aggressive style of communication, the word aggressive itself is very negative, right? And when you are aggressive, it is like very likely that people will definitely will not have a good impression about you, because when you are aggressive, they will feel threatened. They'll feel not only threatened, they would like to not to even mingle with you, right? Because people are, because of self-respect, they don't want to be abused. They don't want to be bullied by the other person who is, aggressive, right? So, when we talk about aggressive communicators, they often showcase these types of characteristics. One is they try to dominate others. That's number one. Second is they humiliation to control others. They not only try, they try to dominate others, means like they don't respect others. They don't respect others. They don't bother about the others, They don't care about the views and opinions of others, but they want to be heard and they want to dominate others. And so, because of which, again, they use humiliation to control others. When we say humiliation, means it can be abusing. It could be verbally, it could also be physically as well, to control others. And they criticize, blame, or attack others. And they tend to be very impulsive, right? They tend to be very impulsive. They are unable to control themselves, their emotions, right? And they have a low frustration tolerance. They are unable to, since they are unable to control their emotions, they are also unable to control their frustrations, and because of which they outburst. And as a result, people feel threatened, People also feel not only threatened, but they felt abused. They also felt insulted, right? And so another one is like they tend to speak in loud, demanding, and overbearing voice. Yeah, and another one is like they act threateningly and rudely, and they don't listen well. Mostly, aggressive people, they have a very less listening power. They only want to be heard. They only want their views and opinions to be expressed out, and so they don't have much capacity, to listen to others' view. They are full of themselves, and because of which they don't listen to others. And I think that itself creates a very negative impression, And they interrupt frequently. While you are speaking, while you're talking, they just interrupt. They interrupt in between, And then they use statements like, that is again very negative. And also they tend to have a piercing eye contact and an overbearing posture. Like eye contact is positive, but piercing eye contact is threatening, right? And so which mostly people who are aggressive style of communicators, they use this particular gestures of piercing eye contact. And so the impact is, if you are a aggressive style of communicator, definitely you will become alienated from others, which means people will not try to mingle with you, because of which you will be alienated, right? And then they generate fear and hatred in others, right? So these are the impact, because when you are aggressive in your style of communication, it is for sure that it will generate fear and hatred in others, because people would not like to come close to you because they are feeling threatened by your behavior. And they always blame others instead of owning their issues, and also owning responsibility. And it is so important to admit our mistakes. It is so important because that's the only way we can progress. That also shows that you are a conscious person. You are conscious of yourself, your behavior, and the surrounding, which also includes the people around you. So when you are making a mistake, it is so important to admit openly and frankly. But generally, aggressive style of communicators, they don't take responsibility. They rather blame others. They rather blame others. And since they only blame others, they don't learn. And since they don't learn, they don't grow up. They don't get matured. So these are the impact of aggressive style of communication. And so reflection in context to the library and information services. Say, for example, you are an aggressive style of communicator, and you are working in a library, library professional. It could be a semi-professional assistant. It could be, like assistant librarian, section officer. It could be documentation officer, deputy librarian, or the librarian, or it could be just a library staff. And just imagine that you are an aggressive communicator, and you have already now understood what does aggressive communicator style exhibits, manifest in their behavior, right? They are rude. They are, in a way, like they tend to, they don't listen, right? And they interrupt, right? And they speak harshly, and they look at others, staring, or with a piercing eye contact, right? I think if you are a library professionals, people will the users may feel threatened to come and take your service, right? And in this way, instead of attracting library users, I think the library users will run away, or they will not only run away, but they will feel threatened not to come and use the library. So that's the reason why it is so important that we be conscious of ourselves. We be conscious of our style of communication, so that when we are in the library, we will be able to use the right style of communication. And when you use the right style of communication, it not only builds up a positive image of yourself, but you are also equally building positive image of the library where you are using, the institutions where you come from. And you are able to cope very well, not only with your colleagues, but also to your users. And as a result, you will be able to create a much positive impact in the library or wherever it could be. So we will continue our daily conference session. We will continue on the style of communication. So for now, we will take a break and we will come back. Thank you very much.
Do you wish to be part of a television studio like this, or any other media system? Or already part of any media system, want to enhance a new set of skills? Welcome to School of Journalism New Media Studies. Here in the School of Journalism New Media Studies, we are offering program for all set of people to learn and enhance their media skills. The vision of School of Journalism and New Media Studies is to generate a new set of professionals in the area of media and communication studies with understanding about role of media in the national development and global understanding. We offer innovative programs in the field of journalism and mass communication that sets a benchmark of high quality learning and teaching process at the national level. We offer these programs across the country with the help of our regional network as well as study center. Same manner, many of our programs are offered through online mode with a sophisticated learning management system. SOGNMS offers programs from PhD in journalism and mass communication till certificate level. We have Masters in Journalism and Mass Communication. The eligibility is a bachelor's degree, and we are introducing this program in 3 languages: Hindi, Tamil and English. Students from national and international students can join either through online mode as well as in the distance mode. We have 4 postgraduate diploma programs, specialized areas in the field of development communication, digital media, electronic media and journalism and mass communication program. And all these 4 programs are available in distance mode. 2 programs are available in online mode, development communication and digital media. And we have specialized certificate program in community radio. IGNOU employs various media and communication tools for better teaching and learning process. School of Journalism and New Media Studies utilizes this media system for delivering all our programs. Come and join with us for exploring a new career and enhance your media skills.
Good evening, viewers. I take this wonderful opportunity to welcome each and every one of you to our teleconference session on the topic communication styles. Well, the teleconference is telecasting from the School of Social Sciences, and my name is Zuchamo Yanthan, Faculty of Library and Information Science. We have just discussed about different styles of communication. We have already discussed passive style of communication. We have also discussed about aggressive style of communication. Now we will continue with the other style of communication. But however, before we go to the next style of communication, I just would like to say something about why it is so important, to understand our communication styles. Because in many situations, be it in our family, be it in our at home, be it in our workplace, institutions, or anywhere else in society, most conflicts and misunderstanding happens because of the wrong usage of communication styles. So that is the reason why it is so important for us to understand, to understand the style of communication, so that we will be able to create a better impact, in society or wherever we may be. And especially for library and information science profession, it becomes very important that the professionals who are working in the library, they adopt the right style of communication so that they will be able to communicate effectively with the library users, and that they will not create a negative image of the library, but they will be able to rather give a better satisfying service to the library users through a positive communication styles. And I have already mentioned about there are 4 types of communication styles. One is passive, one is aggressive, one is passive-aggressive, and the last one is assertive style of communication. Out of the four communication styles, the three styles of communications are considered to be negative one. And the most positive style of communication is the assertive style of communication. We have already discussed about what is passive style of communication, how it can create an impact, especially negative impact, and then we also discussed about contextualizing passive style of communication, contextualizing in the library scenario. We also discussed about aggressive communicator, which the word aggressive itself is negative. It can be threatening, it can threaten others, and it can create a very negative impact. We have also discussed about how aggressive style of communication can create a negative impact to oneself and also to others. And I have mentioned about you can become alienated from others, or you alienate others. You can generate fear and hatred in others. And then, since you don't take responsibility, you're blaming others, you don't tend to grow up. You don't tend to mature yourself. And then we contextualize aggressive style of communication in the library scenario, how it can be negative for the library profession. If somebody is manifesting an aggressive style of communication, how it can create negative impact in library scenario. Now moving ahead, we will discuss about passive aggressive communicators. This is another very important style of communication. Why I say important? In the sense that important that we know this style of communication so that we are not being misunderstood by others. And when we talk about passive style of communication, it is also known to be a double face, right? And passive aggressive communication seems passive on the surface, but reveals a hidden resentment that comes through in subtle, indirect ways, right? They tend to look soft outside, but they have a hidden resentment inside. And I think definitely that is not a very good style of communication, right? So people who develop, a pattern of passive-aggressive communication usually feel powerless and feel incapable of dealing directly with the object of their resentments. Instead, they express their anger by subtly undermining the object of their resentments. They smile at you while setting, bobby traps all around you, right? That's also the reason why when we talk about passive-aggressive communicator, it is popularly known as a double face, It's like, looks soft, but it can be very dangerous because you see on the surface is not who they are, that is not who they are. They have a hidden agenda. They may be smiling, but they will be having a different agenda inside. That's why it is known as a double face. Double face. I think that's what it is popularly known. And so passive-aggressive communicator, they often, in a way, showcase or manifest this type of characteristics. One is like a mother to themselves rather than confront the real person or the person or the issue. Another is they have a difficulty in anger. They have a difficulty in acknowledging their anger. And they use facial expressions that don't match how they feel. That is, smiling when angry. Smiling when even when they are angry, they can smile at you, but inside they are full of anger. And they tend to be they tend to use sarcasm, they tend to use sarcasm, and they deny there is a problem, they deny there is a problem in a sense. They know there is a problem, but they are unable to accept it. And they appear cooperative while purposely doing things to annoy and disrupt others. And definitely, we have already seen the kind of characteristics that passive-aggressive, character manifest in their day-to-day life. So this is definitely not a positive style of communication. This is definitely not a good positive style of communication. And now we will try to see then what are the impact? What are the impact of being a passive-aggressive communicator? So one is like you become alienated, from those around you. Why you become alienated? Because they found you a double face. They find you, they cannot trust you because, you are not what you are on the surface, right? So how can people trust you, right? Such people. So they become alienated from those, around them and remain stuck in a position of powerlessness, and discharge resentment while real issues are never addressed. So they can't mature. So when you don't accept, when you don't know or accept your own responsibility, it becomes very difficult for a person to mature or to grow, right? So that is also the reason why they don't mature, they don't grow. Because to grow, you have to admit yourself, to be conscious of your own self, and then accordingly you can rectify. But when you don't do that, you cannot rectify. And when you cannot rectify, you cannot grow, you cannot be mature as well. And so assertiveness involves, impacting, respecting your rights, and of course, that is, yes. So now, talking about passive-aggressive behavior, bringing in context to library scenario. Imagine that you are a library professional working in a library, and you have a passive-aggressive style of communication. And people are coming to the library, the users coming to the library, and they are approaching you, right? And they are approaching you, and you are, in a way, manifesting a passive-aggressive style of communication. Smiling but angry, inside you are different, right? And seems to be helpful, but maybe if people who can study, who can read people well, they can also observe you in different area. And so if you are a passive communicator, definitely it will not give a positive image to the person who is coming to the library, and as a result, it may give a very negative image not only of yourself, but also of the library. Hence, it is so important that we acknowledge, we reflect upon ourselves, and if we are not practicing the right style of communication, that we rectify it so that our service may become meaningful and impactful. Yeah. So now we'll go to the next style of communication, which is the most important style of communication. That is assertive communicators. Assertive communicator. And assertive is a style in which individuals clearly state their opinions and feelings and firmly advocate for their rights and needs without violating the rights of others. I think this itself is the first point, that the definition itself is very positive, right? It's like they are very clear with their thought. They're very clear with their thought, with their opinions and feelings, and they are able to advocate or communicate very clearly without violating the rights of others, in a way, respectfully. The second one is like the assertive style of communication offers an effective and healthy way to express yourself. It encourages open, honest dialogue while still considering the needs of others. I think the word openness, honesty, I think this itself is very positive. Openness in our discussions, openness, because that's the way you can learn. When you remain yourself open, you can grow, you can go forward in life. And so assertive style of communication, it really offers an effective and healthy way to express yourself. It encourages others and encourages open, honest dialogue while still considering the needs of others. And assertive communication is born of high self-esteem. And these individuals value themselves, their time, and their emotional, spiritual, and physical needs, and are strong advocates for themselves while being very respectful of the rights of others. I think this itself is like very positive, right? Very positive. Like they are born with a self-esteem, right? With high self-esteem. As I said, like the kind of style that we manifest, it is also due to our upbringing. If your upbringing is not in the right way, unknowingly you may go in the wrong directions of using the wrong style of communication. Maybe passive aggressive, maybe passive. But if a proper nurturing is shaped at home, in the right institution, in the right social environment, then these things, individual will definitely develop an aggressive style of communication, which is a very healthy way of which is a healthy way in a way for it respect others. And while you are asserting your rights, you also respect the rights of others, which means it doesn't violate the rights of others. And assertive communication will state needs and wants clearly, appropriately, and respectfully. I mentioned in the beginning that they are very clear of their thought. They are very clear of what they want, what they need, and because of which they are appropriately and respectfully, they are able to express themselves without any resentment, without violating any rights of others, and express feelings clearly, appropriately, and respectfully, and communicate respect for others, listen well without interrupting, feel in control of self, and have good eye contact, which is a positive body language. And when we talk about self, feel in control of self. When we talk about is that they may be in a situation where they may be angry, but they are able to control themselves in every situation. They are able to control themselves so that the emotions do not overpower them and make them make wrong decisions, or they may go in the wrong direction. So they are in control of self. And they have good eye contact means they give a positive body language, and eye contact is very important, when we talk about communication skills. And speak in a calm and clear tone of voice. Speak in calm and clear tone of voice, and have a relaxed body posture. Since they are in control of themselves, they are able to also manifest a relaxed body language, and feel connected to others. Feel connected to others. When we say feel connected to others, because they feel accepted. They don't violate the rights of others. They are respectful, they are dignified, because of which people also feel like to be in their company. They like to be with them, And so that's how they are able to connect well with people. And feel competent and in control, not allow others to abuse or manipulate them. Stand up for their rights. Assertive communicator, they will stand up for their rights. When somebody try to violate, their rights, they will stand up. They will not do aggressively, but they will surely stand up for their rights and make sure that their whatever rights is there, they will assert it, and they will do it in a very respectful manner. And so the impact, if you are an assertive communicator, these are the impact. The impact of a pattern of assertive communication is that these individuals feel connected to others. As I said, connected to others because you are, because of your behavior, people are also feel connected to you. They feel like to stay close to you, and they trust you because you don't violate rules. You don't violate rules. You don't also violate the rights of others. So they feel they are able to trust, and you are able to connect well with others. And they feel in control of their lives, which is again important, and are able to mature because they address issues and problems as they arise, and create a respectful environment for others to grow and to mature. Well, I think we have just mentioned about are able to mature because they address their issues without hiding it. They are able to openly admit if there is any fault. They will openly admit. They will openly admit their mistakes, and because of which they are able to also grow without isolating or without hiding their problems, issues. They will openly come and discuss, and because of which there is a scope for learning and development, and they create a respectful environment for others to grow and mature, not only for themselves, but also they create a respectful environment for others to grow and mature. And why assertive style of communication approach is important? It is because being assertive means communicating with others in a direct and honest manner without intentionally hurting anyone's feelings. And direct communication can reduce conflict, build self-confidence, and enhance personal and workplace relationships. And assertive communication commands respect, projects confidence, and inspires influence. And and assertive approach is respectful, direct, honest, open, non-threatening, and non-defensive. So now, contextualizing to library scenario. We have already discussed about passive style of communication and how it can create a negative or negative impact in the library, in our environment. We also discussed about, we have contextualized passive aggressive behavior in context to the library and how it can create a negative impact. So also we have discussed about assertive style of communication, contextualizing the library environment, and we discussed that all these three can create a negative impact in the library environment. And so, coming back to contextualizing assertive style of communication in context to the library, like we have discussed about the characteristics, how they manifest in their behavior. They are very clear with their thoughts, and they don't violate the rights of others. They are very respectful. They are open. They openly admit their mistakes, and and because of which they are able to grow, right? So when you are a library professionals having this assertive style of communication, it is for sure that you will create a very positive impact. You will create a very positive image, not only of yourself, but also of the organizations that you are working. That is also the reason why it is so important that we identify ourselves, because we may be our dominant style of communication may be aggressive, maybe passive aggressive, but we may not be aware about it. So it is so important that we become conscious, be aware of that through self-evaluation. And also you can also even ask your friends around about your style of communication, whether they manifest aggressive, whether they're passive. And if it is so, you can always correct yourself. There is always a scope. There is always a scope, a hope for us to improvise the style of communication that we have. But what is, again, actually more important is that it's all about actually mindset. So just by, it's a mindset, right? So while you are reflecting about yourself, it is very important that you are mindful of yourself, of your behavior. Be conscious of yourself, right? Be conscious of yourself. And if you realize that you are having this negative style of communication, you can always seek for improvement. Improvement means through your mind, changing of your mindset. Because as I said, it's all about our mind. So it is important that we try to imbibe a positive mindset so that you will be also manifesting the positive style of communication in your day-to-day life, especially in the profession. And study says 99%, says being assertive in your style of communication definitely create a very positive and a meaningful impact. So the way forward is to practice, to imbibe assertive style of communication. So with this, we come to the end of our daily conference session for today. Thank you very much.
Do you know that the world's population has reached 8 billion on 15th November 2022? And we are still counting. I don't know where do we go from here. The predictions are scary. Any idea how many people can Mother Earth sustain? India's growing population is a serious concern, and we are soon going to become the world's most populous country. Wow, number one. Population is, after all, a human issue. The UN proposed Sustainable Development Goals cannot be achieved unless and until we consider the population dynamics. So, here we are. Indira Gandhi National Open University offers appreciation course on population and sustainable development. The course explores the linkages between population and sustainable development. In this course, there are diverse issues related to population, environmental safety, livelihoods, human health, migration, urbanization and much more. The course duration is 3 months, but of course you can complete it within a year. The eligibility of the course is graduation from a recognized university. So, if you are a development professional, working in a government sector, researcher or keen to know more about the population and sustainable development, the course is must for you. Hurry up and join this course so that we are able to convert population into demographic dividend and not convert it into demographic disaster. For more information, visit www.ignou.ac.in. Thank you. पहाड़ों पर जाना किसे पसंद नहीं? इस तरह के पहाड़ तो आपने देखे ही होंगे। चलिए आज आपको विशेष प्रकार के पहाड़ों की सैर कराते हैं। ये हैं कूड़े के पहाड़, जिनके बोझ तले दुनिया दबी जा रही है। इन कूड़े के पहाड़ों में हैं हमारे घरों, कार्यालयों, उद्योगों से निकलने वाली बेकार की वस्तुएं, जैसे इस्तेमाल किया हुआ कागज, फटे कपड़े, पुरानी लकड़ी, धातु, कांच के सामान, सब्जी फलों के छिलके, पुराने मोबाइल, लैपटॉप इत्यादि। कूड़े के ये पहाड़ न केवल शहरों में बल्कि गांव में भी पाए जाते हैं। अपशिष्ट की बढ़ती हुई मात्रा और इसकी विषैली प्रकृति हमारे पर्यावरण और स्वास्थ्य को नुकसान पहुंचाती है। कभी सोचा है इसका निपटान कैसे होता है या क्या होता है इन कूड़े के पहाड़ों का? कैसे हम इस समस्या से छुटकारा पा सकते हैं? इन सभी प्रश्नों का उत्तर देने के लिए इंदिरा गांधी राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विश्वविद्यालय अपशिष्ट प्रबंधन में प्रमाण पत्र कार्यक्रम प्रस्तुत करता है। यदि आप नगर निगम में कार्यरत हैं, सैनिटरी इंस्पेक्टर हैं, अपशिष्ट प्रबंधक हैं या अपशिष्ट से जुड़ी हुई परामर्श सेवाएं, अनुसंधान या विकास कार्य करते हैं, तो ये कार्यक्रम आपके लिए
Hello, listeners, viewers, and our dear students. This is a program that we are coming live with from the School of Gender and Development Studies, me, Professor Himadri Roy, and the other program coordinator, Professor Nilima Srivastava, will talk about BA in Gender Studies. Basically, this BA in Gender Studies, the eligibility criteria as per university norms is 10+2 in any discipline. And also the mode of teaching is English. The duration is, as IGNOU norms are 3 years minimum and maximum 6 years. The course fee per year is 4,000. So for 3 years, it becomes 12,000. Nilima.
आपकी जानकारी के लिए मैं दोबारा बताना चाहूँगी कि BA जेंडर स्टडीज़, जिसका कोर्स कोड BAGS है, उसकी एलिजिबिलिटी यानी कौन उसमें दाखिला ले सकता है। जो भी लर्नर 12th क्लास क्लियर कर चुके हैं, पास कर चुके हैं और BA में शिक्षा प्राप्त करना चाहते हैं, जेंडर स्टडीज़ के तत्वावधान के अंडर इसमें एडमिशन ले सकते हैं। चाहे 12th क्लास में आपने ह्यूमैनिटीज़ के सब्जेक्ट्स लिए हो या साइंस के सब्जेक्ट्स लिए हो या कॉमर्स स्ट्रीम से हो, सभी विद्यार्थी इस प्रोग्राम में के लिए एलिजिबल हैं। इसका मीडियम इंग्लिश है, पर कुछ कोर्सेज हिंदी में भी आप उपलब्ध हैं और आप ऑप्ट कर सकते हैं। मिनिमम ड्यूरेशन यानी कम से कम अवधि जिसमें कि ये बीए कंप्लीट किया जा सकता है वो है 3 साल, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 6 साल में कोई भी विद्यार्थी इन कोर्सेज को कंप्लीट करके बीए जेंडर स्टडीज़ की डिग्री हासिल कर सकते हैं। प्रोग्राम फ़ी 1 साल की 4,000 रुपये है, यानी पूरे प्रोग्राम 3 साल की फ़ी 12,000 रुपये होगी। चलिए अब बात करते हैं कि इस बीए को पढ़ने के क्या उद्देश्य हैं। सो व्हाट आर द लर्निंग ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ going through this course, this program, that is BAGS and BA in Gender Studies. The main objective of this BA program is to develop gender sensitization among learners and develop an understanding of formulations of empowerment. This program will also acquaint learners with the academic discipline of gender and women's studies, and also relate it to the concepts, developments over the period of time, and progression to the present day status of these disciplines. Another objective of BA Gender Studies is to create awareness among students about the ideologies and social factors leading to marginalization and vulnerability of women and related gender issues. The learners will also be exposed to cultural, legal, political, scientific, and socio-economic dimensions within gender frameworks. जैसा कि अभी आपके सामने मैंने बताया कि इस प्रोग्राम को करने के बाद शिक्षार्थी जेंडर सेंसिटिव बनाने की हमारी कोशिश रहेगी कि वो ये समझ सकें कि हमारे समाज में किस प्रकार के जेंडर रिलेटेड मुद्दे हैं और वो कैसे महिलाओं को और दूसरे जो जेंडर्स हैं उनको प्रभावित करते हैं। इसमें हमारा उद्देश्य ये भी रहेगा कि हमारे लर्नर्स, हमारे शिक्षार्थियों को वो सब तमाम मुद्दों पे जानकारी दी जाए जिससे कि जेंडर हायरार्की या जेंडर रिलेटेड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन या जेंडर से रिलेटेड जो विभाजन है वो हमारे समाज में काम करता है, वो बिखरा हुआ है। सो हमारा मेन उद्देश्य इस प्रोग्राम के थ्रू स्टूडेंट्स को जेंडर सेंसिटाइज करना है। अब मैं आपको इसके क्रेडिट वेटेज के बारे में भी कुछ जानकारी देना चाहूँगी। क्रेडिट वेटेज का मतलब ये है कि इस प्रोग्राम को कंप्लीट करने के लिए आपको कितने घंटे पढ़ना पड़ेगा जिससे कि आप इसकी सारी सामग्री को अच्छी तरह से समझ सकते हैं। पूरे प्रोग्राम का क्रेडिट वेटेज है 120 क्रेडिट्स। इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि 120 क्रेडिट्स जो हैं वो 6 सेमेस्टर्स में विभाजित हैं और एक सेमेस्टर का क्रेडिट वेटेज है 20 क्रेडिट्स। 20 क्रेडिट्स के अंदर दूसरे कोर्सेज हैं और इनको पढ़ने के लिए आपको एक क्रेडिट वेटेज जो है वो 30 आवर्स के बराबर होता है। तो 30 इंटू 20 60 आवर्स के अंदर आप एक सेमेस्टर के कोर्सेज को पढ़ सकते हैं।
Thank you, Nilima, for giving the basic objectives and credit weightage of the program. Over here, learners, I would also, those who are aspiring for them, I would like to say the whole BA Gender Studies is of 120 credits. So therefore, per semester, it will be 20 credits each. And why do we have this credit system? Is basically saying how many study hours you can invest in your time, from your time schedule to give to this BA. In 20 credits in each semester means 20 into 30 hours, which is almost 600 hours you have to give. And so therefore 120 into 30 would be almost 3,600 hours, which is now you have to calculate how do you place these hours for your learning of this program. And each courses are also thoughtfully crafted, which we'll talk about it in per semester wise and the program structure. We now begin with the program structure. Yes, Nilima.
To give you the broad program structure, the programs have core courses, discipline-specific courses, generic elective courses, then ability enhancement and compulsory courses, skill enhancement courses, and modern Indian languages courses, which are placed in different semesters to give you a balanced understanding of the whole program in each semester. Now, Professor Roy will talk about the program structure with specific details of each semester.
Now, Nilima, thank you so much to talk about it. Let me say also core courses and discipline-specific courses will be from the gender-related courses. Therefore, they will be offered, core courses will be offered on first, second, third, and fourth semesters, which means that the first 2 years you have to do the core courses. The third year will be discipline specific courses, that is fifth and sixth semester will be discipline specific courses. And the other courses that Nilima had been talking about, that is ability enhancement compulsory course, MIL, that is modern Indian languages, skill enhancement compulsory courses, and generic elective, they are all spread across. Like ability enhancement courses are on first and second semester only, that is first year. And modern Indian languages is on the first 2 years, that is first semester, second semester, third semester, and fourth semesters. Skill enhancement is on third semester, fourth semester, fifth semester, and the sixth semesters. And generic elective is offered only on the last year, that is fifth and sixth semesters. Now, if we go semester-wise, then we understand that the semester is divided over here in such a manner that you will understand different lot. We will talk about it in semester-wise. Like from semester 1, you have to take 1 ability enhancement, 1 modern Indian languages, and 2 core courses. 2 core courses are from, we'll talk about the core courses later. First, let me talk about ability enhancement. In ability enhancement, the learners have a choice of choosing only 1. There are 2 courses that is offered. One is BEGAE 182, BHDAE 182. Now, what is BEGAE 182 is English communication skills, whereas BHDAE is Hindi भाषा और संप्रेषण. Now, इनमें से 2 में से एक आपको लेना है एबिलिटी एनहांसमेंट कोर्स के अंतर्गत, और दूसरा है MIL. MIL में भी आपको एक चूज करना है. One is BEGLA, BEGLA 135, which is English in daily life, and the other one is a BHDLA 135, which is हिंदी भाषा विविध प्रयोग. ये हो गया फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर. और 2 कोर कोर्सेज हमारे पास है, वो है BGDG 172, Gender Sensitization, Society and Culture. The other one is BWEF 002, Gender Training Perspectives. ये हो गए फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर के कोर्सेज. सेकेंड सेमेस्टर में हम देखेंगे ठीक उसी तरह हमारे पास AECC का एबिलिटी एनहांसमेंट का एक कोर्स है, विच इज BEVAE 181, दैट इज एनवायरमेंटल स्टडीज. और जो MIL है उसमें आपको चूज करने का मौका मिलेगा. उनमें से एक आप ले सकते हो. वन इज बेगला 136 और BHDLA 136. या तो इंग्लिश एट वर्क प्लेस लीजिए या तो फिर हिंदी भाषा लेखन कौशल लीजिए. और जो कोर कोर्सेज रहेगा उसमें से आपको BGS 02 में जेंडर साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी एंड सोसाइटी आप पढ़ सकते हो, और BGS 11 अंडरस्टैंडिंग जेंडर एंड लॉ. ये हो गया सेकेंड सेमेस्टर के कोर्सेज. हमें थर्ड सेमेस्टर में जब जाएंगे, ये फर्स्ट ईयर के कोर्सेज हमने देख लिया है. फर्स्ट ईयर में आपने 2 एबिलिटी किया, 2 MIL किए और 4 कोर कोर्सेज किए. फर्स्ट ईयर का आपका हो गया. तो थर्ड सेमेस्टर में जब हम आते हैं तब हम देखते हैं एक SEC आ गया. इंस्टेड ऑफ एबिलिटी अब हमें स्किल एनहांसमेंट कोर्स आया है, जिसमें से फर्स्ट कोर्स वुड बी BPCS 183, इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस. और MIL में अगर आपको फिर से चॉइस करने का मौका मिलेगा, लेकिन इस बार 3 ऑप्शन से, एक है इंग्लिश का, एक है हिंदी का और एक है संस्कृत का. इंग्लिश का जो है वो है BEGLA 137, लैंग्वेज थ्रू लिटरेचर. दूसरा है हिंदी में BHDLA 137, हिंदी भाषा संप्रेषण कौशल, और तीसरा है संस्कृत में BSKLA 135, जो है संस्कृत भाषा और साहित्य। इसके अलावा आपको 2 कोर कोर्सेज लेना है, जिसका एक है BGS 13, दैट इज जेंडर एंड गवर्नेंस, और तीसरा है BGS 005, विच इज इश्यूज ऑफ जेंडर एंड डेवलपमेंट। आप अभी देखोगे कि 3rd सेमेस्टर के बाद आपको काफी नॉलेज जेंडर के ऊपर हो गया है, नॉट ओनली अबाउट द सोसाइटी एंड कल्चर बट ऑल्सो द ट्रेनिंग मैनुअल, ट्रेनिंग पर्सपेक्टिव्स भी आपको सीखने को मौका मिले हैं। आपको साइंस के बारे में थोड़ा जानकारी मिलेंगे, आपको लॉ के बारे में थोड़ा जानकारी मिलेंगे, बोथ ऑन द अंडरस्टैंडिंग लॉ पर्सपेक्टिव से और दूसरा गवर्नेंस पर्सपेक्टिव से। आपको साइंस के तरफ से एक जो मिलता है, दूसरा डेवलपमेंट के पर्पज से भी यू विल हैव नॉलेज टू। वन कोर्स इज ऑफर्ड दैट इज इश्यूज ऑफ जेंडर एंड डेवलपमेंट। अगर हम 4th सेमेस्टर में आते हैं तो 4th सेमेस्टर में हमें फिर से ऑप्शंस मिलता है। अब SEC जो स्किल एनहांसमेंट में है, उसमें आपको चॉइस करने का मौका मिलता है। उसमें आपको एक मिलेगा BPCS विच इज मैनेजिंग स्ट्रेस, और दूसरा है BPAS 186 स्ट्रेस एंड टाइम मैनेजमेंट। इसमें से आप कोई एक स्किल एनहांसमेंट कोर्स ले सकते हैं। दूसरा है MIL मॉडर्न इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस में भी आपको इंग्लिश और हिंदी में ऑप्शन मिलता है। एक है रीडिंग एंड स्पीकिंग स्किल्स BEGLA 138, और दूसरा हिंदी साहित्य विविध विद्याएं, उसमें है BHDLA 138। इन दोनों में से ऑप्शंस में से आपको चूज करने का मौका मिलता है। तो उसी तरह हमारा कोर कोर्सेज जो ऑफर किया जाएगा 4th सेमेस्टर में, वो है जेंडर बेस्ड वायलेंस, और दूसरा है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड लीडरशिप। तो ये 2 साल में आप अगर सारे कोर्सेज कर लेते हो तो आपको एक डिप्लोमा मिलते हैं। ये डिप्लोमा आपको काम आ सकते हैं। आप सोच सकते हो कि मैं 3rd ईयर नहीं करना चाहता, मैं नौकरी कर रहा हूं, मेरे लिए दिक्कत हो रही है, तो यहाँ पे आपको एग्जिट पॉइंट भी मिलता है, आपको डिप्लोमा मिल जाएगी। तो उसमें आपको बहुत सारे नॉलेज हो जाएंगे। उसमें स्पेशली लॉ, साइंस, डेवलपमेंट एज वेल एज सोशियोलॉजिकल पर्सपेक्टिव एंड सोसाइटी एंड कल्चर के बारे में भी हमारे पास थोड़ा जानकारी है। अब 3rd ईयर में जब आएंगे तो मोर और लेस ऑल दिस स्किल एनहांसमेंट एंड एबिलिटी एनहांसमेंट हमारे पास ऑप्शंस नहीं रहेगा। तो हमारे पास जेनेरिक इलेक्टिव आ जाता है, डिसिप्लिन स्पेसिफिक आ जाता है। तो डिसिप्लिन स्पेसिफिक में हम 5th सेमेस्टर की बातें करेंगे। तो डिसिप्लिन स्पेसिफिक में हमारे पास जो कोर्सेज है, उससे पहले हम बातें करेंगे, उससे पहले हम बातें करते हैं जो इसका जेनेरिक इलेक्टिव का कोर्स है। जेनेरिक इलेक्टिव का जो कोर्स है वो हम बताते हैं कि जेनेरिक इलेक्टिव में आपको ऑप्शन मिलेगा BPCG 172 यूथ, जेंडर एंड आइडेंटिटी पे। अब स्किल एनहांसमेंट जो रहेगा उसमें एक ऑप्शन आपको मिलेंगे, वन इज BEGS 183 राइटिंग एंड स्टडी स्किल्स, और दूसरा है कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशन इन बिजनेस। यहाँ पे 5th सेमेस्टर में आने के बाद आपको एक मौका मिलेगा कि हम कंप्यूटर भी कर सकते हैं, साथ में अगर अंग्रेजी करने का मन नहीं है तो आप कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशंस ले सकते हो। वो शायद आपको स्किल में काफी काम आए आगे जाके। तो इसीलिए हमने वो ऑप्शंस भी रखा है आपके लिए। तो उसके साथ साथ हमारा जो डिसिप्लिन स्पेसिफिक कोर्सेज है उसमें 2 है। जैसे हमने पहले भी बताया कि 5th सेमेस्टर में 2 डिसिप्लिन स्पेसिफिक कोर्स हो गए। पहला वाला है BGS 03 विच इज सोशियो पॉलिटिकल डायमेंशंस ऑफ जेंडर एंड साइंस, और दूसरा है BWEE 7 वर्क एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप। अब ये जो कोर्सेज है ये पूरा जेंडर कोर्सेज है। इसमें आपको साइंस के बारे में डिटेल डिस्क्रिप्शंस किया जाएगा, और वर्क एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में आप जानेंगे किस तरह से वर्क फोर्स में विमेन पार्टिसिपेशन एंड विमेन इमेंसिपेशन और विमेन एम्पावरमेंट हो रहा है। और जब हम 6th सेमेस्टर में आएंगे तब हम देखेंगे कि 6th सेमेस्टर में भी हमारा ऐसे ऑप्शंस है, लेकिन उसमें हमें तीन डिसिप्लिन स्पेसिफिक कोर्सेज मिल गया है। तो हम पहले बातें करते हैं स्किल एबिलिटी एनहांसमेंट में। स्किल एबिलिटी एनहांसमेंट में जो कोर्सेज आपको दिया जाएगा वो है टेक्निक्स ऑफ एथनोग्राफिक फिल्म मेकिंग। अब ये हमने चूज इसलिए दिया है आपको ऑप्शन, ताकि जो लोग सोशियोलॉजी या एंथ्रोपोलॉजी में आगे बढ़ना चाहते हो, फिल्म बनाएंगे कैसे और एथनोग्राफिक फिल्मिंग क्या होती है, अगर वो फील्ड पे जाके काम करना चाहेंगे, कोई मान लो फील्ड पे ज़्यादा देर काम करना चाहे, उसका रिकॉर्डिंग करना है, उसका ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग करना है या वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग करना है, दोनों में हमें ये टेक्निक ताकि सीख सके बच्चों को, इसीलिए हम ये ऑप्शंस रखा है स्किल एनहांसमेंट में। दूसरा, हमने जेनरिक इलेक्टिव में साइकोलॉजी ऑफ जेंडर रखा है। अब साइकोलॉजी ऑफ जेंडर आपको नाम से ही पता चलता है कि ये जेंडर हमें क्यों पढ़ना चाहिए और किस तरह से ये हमें इम्पैक्ट करता है। इसी को रिलेटेड हमने डिसिप्लिन स्पेसिफिक कोर्सेज भी चुना है, वो आपके लिए है जेंडर health and on gender perspective on health and credit and finance. Gender perspective on health में आपको health के साथ किस तरह से हेल्थ इश्यूज कैसे लिया जाते हैं और जेंडर पर्सपेक्टिव से कैसे हेल्थ इश्यूज डील किया जाता है, वो हम इसी कोर्स में समझाएंगे। और क्रेडिट एंड फाइनेंस में आपको बेसिकली जेंडर ऑडिटिंग, जेंडर मेन स्ट्रीमिंग, जेंडर बजटिंग, ये सब बताया जाएगा। तो ये हो गया मोटा मोटी तौर पे आपको कोर्स स्ट्रक्चर जो हम बताना चाहते हैं वो हो गया। प्रोफेसर नीलिमा।
Thank you, Professor Roy. Let me summarize what Professor Roy has just shared with you. I will give you an understanding of the core courses that are housed in the school and the other courses, that is skill enhancement and modern Indian languages and ability enhancement courses that have been adopted from other disciplines of the university and which are housed in other schools. So to bring your attention to the core courses that have to be completed for BA Gender Studies, they are Gender Sensitization, that is BGSE 001. Then the other is BWEF 02, that is Gender Training Perspectives. In semester 2, you will be reading BWEE 012. This is the code of this course, and the name of the course is Women and Society, Global Concerns and Local Issues. The other core course in semester 2 is BGS 11, that is Understanding Gender and Law. And in semester 3, you will read Gender, Science, Technology and Society. And the other course is Issues of Gender and Development. The course codes are BGS 02, BGS 005. While in semester 4, again you will be reading two core courses, that is BGS 12, that is Gender-Based Violence, and BGS 03, that is Socio-Political Dimensions of Gender and Science. Here I would also like to inform our viewers that each course has a course code also in IGNOU, and there is a program code also given to each of the program. So in case you are not able to remember the name of the course, you can remember or you can look up for the course codes. Same is for the program code also. In case you are not able to remember the name of the program, you can look for the program with the help of the program code. So that is why program code and course codes are being given and talked about whenever we are talking of any program or courses in IGNOU. Now we move to the other courses which are specific to the discipline of gender. In semester 5, you will read Gender Perspectives on Health. The course code for this is BGS 04, whereas the other course is Gender and Development, BGS 13. These two courses have been drawn from the discipline of Women and Gender Studies. In the last semester, which is semester 6, you will be reading three courses which are discipline specific courses, that is BWEE 006, which is Organization and Leadership, then BWEE 07, Work and Entrepreneurship, and the last course is BWEE 08, Credit and Finance. So after this, it is also important to share with you that how will the evaluation of each course and the program will take place. So to tell you about the evaluation methodology, like any other program of the university, it has two components. One is continuous assessment, which is done with the help of assignments, which are available on IGNOU website. And the other component is term and examination, which is held twice a year during one academic calendar. The percentage weightage of each of these is that continuous assessment, that means assignments have 30% weightage. So each assignment, if it is for 100 marks, then 30 marks will be taken for the final assessment of the evaluation of that particular course. And the term and examination will bear 70% of the total. And both these components are compulsory to pass so as to move on to the next semester or to get the degree of BA Gender Studies. यहाँ पे मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है कि आपको assignment और term and examination दोनों ही attempt करने होंगे अगर आप किसी कोर्स को क्वालिफाई करना चाहते हैं. और assignments complete करने के लिए आपको वेबसाइट पे जाकर असाइनमेंट सेक्शन में, जिसको अभी हम आगे आपको बताएंगे कैसे आप एक्सेस करते हैं असाइनमेंट करके या तो अपने आरसी को भेजना है या फिर अपने लर्नर सपोर्ट सेंटर को भेजना है, और कुछ पेपर्स के लिए, कुछ कोर्सेज के लिए आप डायरेक्टली स्कूल को भी कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. और दोनों ही कंपोनेंट्स, असाइनमेंट के बिना आपके टर्म एंड एग्जामिनेशन का कोई मतलब नहीं होगा, और अगर असाइनमेंट कंप्लीट कर लिया तो टर्म एंड एग्जाम देना भी कंपलसरी है. और दोनों में 40% पासिंग मार्क्स हैं जो आपको लाने ही पड़ेंगे अगर आप उसको पास करना चाहते हैं किसी भी पर्टिकुलर कोर्स को. अब हम बात करते हैं कि हमारे पास कौन कौन से लर्नर सपोर्ट सिस्टम हैं. What are the learner support systems available to the learners of BA Gender Studies? First and foremost is self-learning material. That is the material which is sent to you, or you can collect it from the headquarters. Then we have MOOCs also. That is, it is available online on SWAM platforms. Some of the courses are available. So students can access those courses and learn from there also. And it can be video and discussion forum like this. A particular program is an induction program, and we are talking and we are introducing this program to our learners and viewers so that they can opt for it in case they feel interested in pursuing women and gender studies as their focus of discipline. Or there can be there is direct guidance interaction with course coordinators and counselors through the counseling sessions that are held online, and some of the courses are also counseled in face-to-face situation at learners study centers also. And we also have regular interactive web counseling, radio counseling, and teleconferencing sessions also. That is, all the learner support system that is available to other programs of the university are also available to the learners of gender studies, of BAGS or BA in gender studies. And in addition to that, if a student or if a learner has a specific query or any doubt, they can directly contact the course coordinator to remove their doubt or query. Let me now give you some information about how to access the assignments and how to go about it. So assignment for each course is available on the university website. So I hope you must have seen the university website, and if you look at it, you will find one drop-down window which says Student Zone. And when you click there, you will be taken to assignments, and under assignments, you move on to bachelor degree programs and then look for BAGS. And all the assignments will be placed under this category of BAGS. You have to take a printout of this assignment, complete the assignment, and all the assignments must be handwritten, and submit it to your respective RCs or your LSCs. And if the LSC or the RC doesn't have any counselor for that particular course, you can send it directly to the school at the email address given here on your screens, that is sogds.assignments@ignou.ac.in. So this is the way to reach the assignments and complete it. You have to submit your assignments before filling in your term and examination form, because you will have to declare that you have submitted your assignment at your RC or your LSC or to the school from which the course is originating. Now let us talk about the coordinators of this program and how learner support system is extended by way of being available to the learners.
Both of us are program coordinators. Now, after this, we'll have a small break and we'll be back after the break and talk details about the core courses and discipline-specific courses. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Stay with us. Please don't leave, because we'll be back. And maybe if you have questions, you can always put it across the website or ask us directly. Thank you so much. We'll come back after the break.
Dear learners, welcome to IGNOU. You're going to lead with a difference. So how do you lead with the difference? The unique attributes of the university system through which you're going to go for the management program or any other program is the multiple entry and exit. It provides flexible learning where a learner can learn at its own will and at its own pace. It offers multimodal approaches. Like we have MBA, the normal through the distance learning mode and through online mode. So it has a multimodal approach. It has face-to-face counseling. It offers web counseling also. It gives interactive satellite-aided communication network through teleconferencing, and it also gives the radio counseling also. When we talk about School of Management Studies, it was the first school and it had the pioneer program of diploma in management. Till date, it has been offering around 14 programs in management and 13 programs in commerce disciplines. The school has international presence as well, as it provides the programs in specific Asian and African countries across the globe. Now talking about Master of Business Administration. What are the objectives? What are the learning objectives of this Master of Business Administration? What are the unique features of this Master of Business Administration which IGNOU is offering? Let us see the program at a glance. The program name is MBA, and the eligibility criteria for this program is bachelor's degree, minimum of 3 years duration with at least 50% marks and 45% marks in case of the reserved category. The duration of the program is minimum 2 years and maximum 4 years, and the program fee per semester is 15,500. The total credits of the program, the total credits are 116, because there is one project course which is equivalent to 2 courses. So it comes out to be 29 courses. If a student wants to exit the program after completion of the specified courses available in the first and second semesters, that is 56 credits if the student completes, then there is an exit option available. The award of postgraduate diploma in management on the request of the student if the student wants to exit. Apart from this, there are 4 stand-alone PG diplomas also, which are a different part. They don't fall a part of the management program. They are the stand-alone diplomas. That is postgraduate diploma in Human Resource Management, Postgraduate Diploma in Financial Management, Postgraduate Diploma in Operations Management, and Postgraduate Diploma in Marketing Management. So these are standalone diplomas. So the links available for the student handbook and prospectus of Master of Business Administration. So this is all about the MBA program. Happy learning.
वेलकम बैक व्यूअर्स. अभी हम लोग बातें करते हैं कि व्हाट आर प्रोग्राम्स एंड व्हाट आर कोर्सेज. आमतौर पे हम लोग जब प्रोग्राम्स की बातें करते दूसरे रेगुलर यूनिवर्सिटी में इसको कोर्स बोला जाता है, और जब हम कोर्स की बातें करते हैं इग्नू में उसको दूसरी रेगुलर यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में पेपर्स बोला जाता है. तो अब इसके अंदर जब हम लोग ब्लॉक्स यूनिट्स ये सब बोलेंगे वो चैप्टर्स होता है, टेक्स्ट्स होते हैं, कुछ रीडिंग्स होते हैं, ये सारी चीज़ें मिलाकर हमारा ब्लॉक्स बनते हैं, यूनिट्स बनते हैं, और यूनिट्स के साथ ब्लॉक्स के साथ कोर्सेज, कोर्सेज के बाद प्रोग्राम्स बनते हैं. ये हमारा सभी व्यूअर्स के लिए इसलिए ज़रूरी है समझना क्योंकि जब कोर्सेज के बारे में हम लगातार ब्रेक के पहले बातें करते रहे, शायद आप लोग कंफ्यूज भी हो सकते हैं सोच के इतने सारे कोर्सेज का क्या मतलब होता है. ये कोर्सेज मतलब all these are papers in regular universities or any other universities prominently. They use the term papers. We use the term in IGNOU as courses, whereas courses in other university like MA course, BA course, उस जगह पे हम लोग we use programs. The title program in BA in Gender Studies, that is why we have used BA in Gender Studies. अब दूसरी बात प्रोफेसर नीलिमा जी, आप हम ये स्टूडेंट्स व्यूअर्स तो यही सोचेंगे कि व्हाई डू वी स्टडी जेंडर स्टडीज. आप इस बारे में क्या कहना चाहते हैं?
थैंक यू प्रोफेसर रॉय to bring up this very, very important discussion and why students should, opt for this particular program. As I explained in the earlier part of the program, that the main aim of offering this program by the school is to develop gender sensitization among our learners so that they become the change agents in the society. So we are giving you the academic understanding of gender. And let me explain it to my viewers that gender doesn't mean men and women only. Gender includes other categories of genders that we are going to discuss in a while. So it is the broader category of gender that we are introducing to our learners. And what are the concepts related to gender and how has it become to the core or to focus of discussion, how gender has been mainstreamed in discussions when we talk about any group or section of society. So that is the aim, that the viewers should understand or should get the academic understanding of gender and how it operates within a society and how it impacts both men, women, and other categories of gender or other sections of the society. So after getting this understanding that yes, gender sensitization is important, the other aim of coming up with this BA program, especially because Professor Roy, you must have also seen that not many universities across the world offer programs at undergraduate level. And the school has also started offering programs at undergraduate level, that is BA General Studies, only recently from January 2023 cycle. Because we at the school level felt that coming directly to a PG level and taking up discussion of gender was not giving the desired outcome at PG level, because we had to again start from the basic primary level of understanding what is gender, what constitutes a gender, and what are the categories of gender, because then only we can talk about the theories. So we decided that let us come up with the conceptual understanding of gender, and we only provide the very preliminary understanding of gender by giving examples from different fields, so that we make a student understand as how gender operates at various levels in the society. I would request you to throw light on the understanding of gender from the perspective of LGBTQ and queer perspectives.
Thank you, Professor Nilima. It is very interesting for the viewers also to understand why these formulations and why this understanding is necessary. Because हमेशा हम लोग देखते रहे हैं, हर चीज को दो भाग में ही भाग करना सीखा है. We have seen the society from binary perspectives, good, bad, or any other examples, black, white. We don't talk about gray in between. We don't talk about something in between that exists or something beyond the good, bad existing. तो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है gender के मामले में समझना, क्योंकि binary doesn't only formulate gender. Gender doesn't mean only men and women, as Professor Nilima rightly, very aptly used the word that other genders are also part of this. Therefore, the formulations and understanding of those genders are very important. Then only gender empowerment overall is possible. तब हम बातें कर सकते हैं कि LGBT जो अदर जेंडर्स में हम लोग LGBT का नाम सबसे पहले आता है, उसमें से ट्रांसजेंडर्स का नाम हम सबसे पहले सोच सकते हैं. इफ यू सी एनी गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म्स, एनी काइंड ऑफ गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म्स, फॉर एग्जांपल हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी का ही फॉर्म अगर देखोगे तो उसमें जेंडर में मेल फीमेल अदर लिखा हुआ है. हमने अदर इसीलिए ऐड किया ताकि कोई अगर बोलना चाहते कि मैं मेल नहीं हूं, मैं फीमेल नहीं हूं, मैं अदर जेंडर में बिलोंग करता हूं. अभी तक लीगल सैंक्शन सिर्फ ट्रांसजेंडर्स को हुआ है, तो ट्रांसजेंडर्स भी अगर कोई लिखना चाहे तो जरूर लिख सकते हैं. तो दैट इज व्हाई इट वाज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू फॉर दिस डेवलपमेंट कंसेप्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ जेंडर बहुत जरूरी है बेसिक लेवल से शुरू करना. प्रोफेसर नीलिमा हैज ऑलरेडी टॉक दैट स्कूल के तौर पे हम बहुत पहले से सोच रहे थे कि सिर्फ एमए या पीएचडी करवाने से कोई ये नहीं बनता, ताकि हमारा बेसिक जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, कॉन्सेप्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग बहुत जरूरी है समझना. इसीलिए क्योंकि वल्नरेबिलिटी और अदर काइंड्स ऑफ इश्यूज जो जेंडर रिलेटेड इश्यूज है वो not only women faces, of course women faces the most, but the other marginal gendered groups or other gendered minorities, they also face a lot about it. If someone who is gay or bisexual or transgender or a lesbian staying somewhere in a conflict zone, मान लीजिए अगर अभी जो चीजें मणिपुर और नागालैंड के बॉर्डर्स में हो रहा है, जो इतने दिन से वायलेंस हो रहा है, उसमें तो हम वुमेन वायलेंस देखते आए हुए हैं. कभी सोचा है कि उस बीच में जो LGBT क्राउड है उनको कैसे वायलेंसेस फेस करना पड़ता होगा? कभी भी कहीं पे दंगे होता है तो LGBT क्राउड को कैसे फेस करना पड़ता है? ये सारे मुद्दे जो है हम इसी प्रोग्राम में we try to encapsulate and bring a little understanding for all of you, the conceptual understanding for all of you together. अगर ये प्रोग्राम पढ़ेंगे आप, अगर इस कोर्स में प्रोग्राम में enrolled होते हैं तो आपको समझ में आएगा. courses by courses we talked about law, we talk about health, we talk about other issues, work culture, we talk about other issues, political, legal, cultural, scientific, development, socio-economic structures, सब कुछ हम लेके बात बातें करना चाहते हैं। और बेसिकली हम प्रोफेसर नीलिमा जी, हम लोग यहाँ पे बेसिकली सारे कॉन्सेप्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क तैयार करना चाहते हैं ताकि बच्चों को आगे जाके, लर्नर्स को आगे जाके मास्टर्स करने में कोई दिक्कत ना हो, कहीं पे भी मास्टर्स में एनरोल हो सके। जैसे आपने पहले बताया कि इस देश में बहुत कम जगह पे, हमें तो याद नहीं पड़ता, शायद व्यूअर्स को पता होगा कि कहीं और बीए जेंडर स्टडीज पढ़ाया जाता है कि नहीं। हम अगर गर्व के साथ कहें कि हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी पहले बीए जेंडर स्टडीज ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी में शुरू किया, तो हमारे लिए बहुत अच्छी बात है, क्योंकि ये पहली बार ऐसे प्रोग्राम इस देश में आया हुआ है। एक एकेडमिक प्रोग्राम बहुत ज़रूरी था फाउंडेशनल लेवल पे। तो आप नीलिमा जी, आप हमें बताओ कि ये जो सारी चीज़ें, लीगल, सोशल, पॉलिटिकल, साइंटिफिक, ये सारी जो चीज़ें हैं, किस तरह से थोड़ा एग्जाम्पल्स देके आप बताइए कि किस तरह से हमारे प्रोग्राम में डील करते हैं हम।
थैंक यू प्रोफेसर रॉय। हमारा एक द कोर कोर्स फॉर दिस प्रोग्राम इज BGDG 172, which is gender sensitization, society, culture. In this course, we have given an overview of how gender impact each and every sector or each and every aspect of life, whether it is marriage and family or the workplace, or how it impacts health, and how gender interacts with law, and how gender is projected through media. So we always start with the concepts, because in many ways gender concepts are not academically or not scientifically explained. People, as you just said, that people just talk about binaries, and when we talk of binaries, we are looking, or we are not taking into account which is beyond the binaries. So concepts is the first and foremost foundation of women's and gender studies. And that and I would also like to inform my viewers that for the PG programs, for the postgraduate degree programs and diploma programs that are being offered by the school, in that also the school has taken has made the effort to give a very clear and sound understanding of concepts. Because until the gender concepts are clear to any learner or any student, they cannot apply it into other domains of life. So just like if we talk about marriage and family, so we have to talk about patriarchy, that how patriarchy as an institution affects marriage and family. And as I would also like to inform our viewers that patriarchy impacts both men and women, and obviously other genders also. It is generally thought that patriarchy affects only women. It affects women more than men, but men are also impacted. And it is the same with, if you look at any place. But most of the time, all the social institutions are gendered and have a male understanding of that particular institution. So whether it is work, as we say that work is a gendered space which is made specifically for men, and women have to just manage to get into it. We do have a constitution which is very gender. It has a very promotional or very positive discriminatory attitude towards gender. That is why we have seen that there are special provisions for women, and from time to time the judiciary also talks about the issues of other genders. But if we look very minutely within the legislative provisions, we do find that there is a scope for bringing in more equality. And gender in media, as we all know, that it takes a very gendered presentation of gender related stereotypes, issues, And that is why we have to look at it in a very minute way as to how men and women, both men and women, not only women, even men are presented and projected in a way in which probably they would not like to be projected. So in this sense, I will say that gender impacts each and every aspect of every individual's life, and most of the time it is seen that it is negatively impacting the life of an individual, whether it is a man or a woman.
थैंक यू सो मच नीलिमा जी, काफ़ी आपने क्लियर कर दिया बच्चों को अंडरस्टैंडिंग में. इसी चीज़ को आगे बढ़ाते हुए तो एक कोर्स की बात हुआ, एक पेपर की बात हुई थी फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में. वो भी फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में इसके साथ साथ हम जेंडर ट्रेनिंग भी करवाते हैं. देयर इज़ अ पेपर ऑन जेंडर ट्रेनिंग और अ कोर्स ऑन जेंडर ट्रेनिंग. उसी को आगे बढ़ाते हुए हम लॉ को बड़े ध्यान से, very minutely and very conceptually we have studied, we have kept the papers across the semesters on understanding gender and law, understanding governance and gender-based violences ke bare mein. We have talked about it in details in the program. Also, we also took the science part of it. जैसे नीलिमा जी ने बताया कि health को मुद्दे रखते हुए we have a paper on also health perspective. We have gendered perspective on health. That simultaneously we also have issues of gender and development, not only gender science and technology but also gendered issues of gender and development, जिसमें हम gender budgeting, gender mainstreaming, ecology, agriculture, सब चीज़ों के बारे में बात करेंगे. उसके साथ साथ हमने ये भी बातें की है कि किस तरह से gender mainstreaming किया जाए. Those papers are also included over here, and very interestingly for the viewers to understand that this is not only about women empowerment, this is not only about, when we talk about gender empowerment, we mean that everyone should be empowered across genders. Men should also be empowered, as well as other genders should also be empowered. Therefore, we have these courses made in such a framework that all the genders are included in it. आपको ऐसा कभी नहीं महसूस होगा ये तो पूरा women centric है. नहीं, this course program हम काफ़ी दावे के साथ कहते हैं कि ये प्रोग्राम सिर्फ वीमेन फोकस्ड नहीं है, ये सारे जेंडर्स फोकस्ड है. और नीलिमा जी ने आपको बताया किस तरह से बाकी चीज़ों को मुद्दे भी हमने लिया है. हमने पॉलिटिकल पर्सपेक्टिव भी लिया है, हम सोशियो कल्चरल पर्सपेक्टिव भी लिया है, हमने मीडिया के बारे में भी काफ़ी दिया है. इसीलिए हमने एक ऑप्शन भी आपके लिए रखा है जिसमें स्किल एनहांसमेंट में हमने टेक्निक्स ऑफ एथनोग्राफिक फिल्म मेकिंग भी रखा है, ताकि आपको मीडिया को कैसे हैंडल करना है, फिल्म कैसे बनाना है. जब फील्ड पे जाओगे, आप मान लीजिए प्रैक्टिकल वर्क करने जा रहे हैं फील्ड पे, वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग कैसे करेंगे, किस तरह का मुद्दे होना चाहिए वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग में, क्या रखना चाहिए, क्या डूज एंड डोंट्स होता है ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग में, ये जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. इसीलिए ये सारे पेपर्स हमने सोच समझ के ये प्रोग्राम में रखा है ताकि आप लोगों को समझ में आए कि ये प्रोग्राम काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है और काफ़ी इंट्रीगिंग है. एंड इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर ऑल द व्यूअर्स टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑल्सो दिस पर्सपेक्टिव दैट इट इज़ नॉट ओनली अबाउट अवेयरनेस, इट इज़ नॉट ओनली अबाउट सेंसिटाइजेशन, इट इज़ ऑल्सो अबाउट क्रिएटिंग जेंडर अंडरस्टैंडिंग सो दैट आप आगे जाके समाज में ये बात फैला सको, ये बातें ला सको, जेंडर इक्विटी, जेंडर इक्वालिटी, जेंडर जस्टिस की बातें कर सको. नीलिमा जी, आप क्या कहेंगे?
आपने बिल्कुल अच्छी तरह एक्सप्लेन करा इस बात को कि कैसे जेंडर जो है वो एक विस्तृत विषय है और इसको हम किसी एक डिसिप्लिन या एक मुद्दे के साथ ही बात करके नहीं छोड़ सकते. हमें इसको हर एक डोमेन ऑफ लाइफ में देखना होगा. और मैं अपने व्यूअर्स को ये भी बताना चाहूँगी कि ये एक होलिस्टिक पैकेज है जिसमें कि जेंडर रिलेटेड इश्यूज और जेंडर मुद्दों को फोकस में रखकर और भी तमाम किस्म के कोर्सेज का समावेश है, जैसे कि स्किल एनहेंसमेंट और एबिलिटी एनहेंसमेंट and also as you said ki practical utility ke program. So after completing this degree a person will be equipped to handle not only gender issues in whichever place he or she or they are working, but also can bring in value addition in different domains or in different professions wherever they are working, whether they are into like copy editing and also journalism. And it will be very interesting for those students who have a science background, because they are generally not talking beyond the binaries, and especially the natural sciences. So they will also understand that how gender is impacting their disciplines and their understanding of their disciplinary concepts and theories. So, and I would also urge the viewers to look up for our postgraduate programs, whether they are degree programs and or diploma programs that are being offered by the school as per the choice and interest of the learner. And then you will also find that a new taker, somebody who has already completed his or her bachelor's degree, can enroll for postgraduate degree or diploma programs to get an in-depth understanding of gender and gender-related issues.
Thank you, Nilima ji. The other core programs in our School of Gender and Development में हम लोग इसी लेवल को आगे बढ़ाते हुए PG डिप्लोमा इन वुमेन्स एंड जेंडर स्टडीज ऑफर करते हैं, जिसमें 5 कोर्सेज हैं. कॉन्सेप्ट्स एंड थियोरीज पे एक है, दूसरा है जेंडर एंड पावर पे, तीसरा है मीडिया पे, आर्ट्स एंड मीडिया पे फोकस करके कंस्ट्रक्टिंग जेंडर थ्रू आर्ट्स एंड मीडिया है, और चौथे है जेंडर बॉडीज एंड सेक्सुअलिटीज, और 5वां हमने अडॉप्ट किया है दूसरे प्रोग्राम से, वो है अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ जेंडर फ्रॉम एंथ्रोपोलॉजिकल पर्सपेक्टिव. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है जानना, क्योंकि पीजी डिप्लोमा करते हुए आपको थियोरिटिकल बैकग्राउंड बहुत इम्प्रूव हो जाएगा, और जब डिग्री प्रोग्राम करोगे तो इसी का मास्टर्स लेवल पे जाने के लिए फर्स्ट ईयर सेम MA इन वुमेन्स एंड जेंडर स्टडीज, द फर्स्ट ईयर इज सेम एज PG डिप्लोमा इन वुमेन्स एंड जेंडर स्टडीज, और सेकेंड ईयर में यू हैव ऑप्शंस बिटवीन जेंडर लिटरेचर एंड कल्चर, और दूसरा है वुमेन स्टडीज पे. सो ऑप्शंस आर देयर, आउट ऑफ दैट विच एवर यू वांट टू चूज, यू कैन चूज. And very interestingly, the other MA that is offered by the school is MA in Gender and Development. ये basically public policies, plans, जो पब्लिक सरकारी plans है, इनके बारे में है. We talk about MDGs, SDGs. We also deal with gender budgeting, gender mainstreaming. जो चीज़ें हमें यहाँ पे concept level पे है, वहाँ पे आप policies level पे theoretical understanding करेंगे. वो बहुत ज़रूरी है. अगर आप economics background से आते हैं, आपको statistics के बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा knowledge होंगे. This will help you to understand how to see public policies और planning किस तरह से gendered पर्सपेक्टिव जरूरी है, वो प्रोग्राम में ऑफर किया जाता है. बिसाइड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस वी ऑल्सो हैव सर्टिफिकेट प्रोग्राम्स. वन इज ऑन लॉ, सर्टिफिकेट इन जेंडर इन लॉ, द अदर वन इज जेंडर एंड साइंस, तीसरा है सर्टिफिकेट इन जेंडर एग्रीकल्चर एंड सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट, और हमारे इसके साथ साथ डिप्लोमा प्रोग्राम भी है, एक डिप्लोमा इन विमेन एम्पावरमेंट एंड डेवलपमेंट. ये तो बेसिक ऑनलाइन बेसिक ODL प्रोग्राम्स हो गया. हमारा रेगुलर प्रोग्राम में इसके ऊपर जो हायर लेवल है PhD हम ऑफर करते हैं दोनों डिसिप्लिन्स में. वन इज जेंडर एंड डेवलपमेंट, द अदर वन इज वुमेन स्टडीज. तो व्यूअर्स जिनको भी इंटरेस्ट है BA में लेवल में आने के 10+2 से, अगर ह्यूमैनिटीज से हो, कॉमर्स से हो या साइंस से हो, आपको अगर जेंडर के बारे में BA करना है तो IGNOU is the right place. And the program coordinators are over here. You can contact us in the given email IDs, and or otherwise telephone us and find out more about it from the IGNOU website, www.ignou.ac.in. Thank you so much.
John Piaget was born